hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee, this Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Love at the Lockup, Season 2, Episode 18. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. It is technically a Saturday because it's like 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, let me do this review because, girl, I just time to do it. But yeah, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and become a whole G bird and all that good stuff, okay? So let's just start out with Lizzie and Scott, okay? So Lizzie has made it to LA to visit Scott, and she's popping up on him, knocking on his door without calling. First of all, if anybody knock on my door and I don't know you coming, you not getting in. But it was actually not Scott who let Lizzie in. Nope, it was Charlene, who was his best friend. And she was like, Jasmine? And she was like, no, Charlene. She was like, oh, is Scott here? And she's like, he's out back. Wait a second. No, I'll come in. I said, what did you doing, Lizzie? Lizzie, what did you, girl? Lizzie came in like her and Scott really just broke up a day or two ago. And like she has to just, she just can run shit. But I'm like, whatever. She brings, everybody deserves a second chance. So I have to go to Scott to see, if we can make it. I'm like, girl, whatever. So, Scott come from our back. And he's surprised too. But he was like, oh my God, I'm so happy here. I miss you so much. She didn't say shit. She just gave him a hug too. So she brings up, you know what I'm saying, well, hey, I got a gift for you. It says in my purse. She go and she reach down. She then slaps the shit out of Scott and then say, that's for cheating on me. He's like, I didn't cheat on you. What are you talking about? When we broke up, Scott, we broke up and Scott went and started dating Jasmine, and that was him cheating on me because I wanted him back. I'm like, you told that man because he didn't have no money. You didn't want him. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot. Lizzie is trying to get back with Scott to stay on the show. I think she just wants some money from it. Something is up her sleeves, even if she's sleeveless. So her and Scott sit down and talk because she's saying Scott cheated. Scott is saying he did not. He's like, we had broke up. You left me. You know what I'm saying? I left the state. You went to Wisconsin. I'm here in California, whatever. I did not cheat on you. He then said, well, I didn't even have sex with Jasmine. He basically begged and told her that he didn't cheat on her. Forget Jasmine. She can't compare to you. Okay, I still love you. And she's like, well, Scott, you moved on so quickly, Scott. Just because you told me to move on. I didn't want to move on. You told me to. I'm like, Scott, brother, man, you stupid. She told you she did not need you because you did not have any money for her, and you sit up there like a dodo brain, and just look, well, it's in the thumbnail too, because when you was as a thumbnail picture. But I'm like, you just up to talking about I didn't have sex with anyone, I didn't do it to anybody. Me and her did not have sex, wasn't like that. And Lizzie just sit up there like, well, Scott, I'm just saying, you moved on so quick. And I'm like, girl, and she's sitting up there looking just as crazy as a Betsy bug because Lizzie is crazy as a goddamn Betsy bug because she's Lizzie. Anyway, so they said the chit chat or whatever. So he said, well, let me ask you something. Did you, have sex? Did you go on any dates with anybody? Of course I did. Scott, I went on dates. Yes, I went on dates. And did you have sex with anybody? Of course I did. Everyone. I had sex with everyone. So of course she's being funny, whatever. She may not be. All she did was come to visit him, and Scott was like, she must really care about me and want to get back together if she came all this way. Lizzie knew exactly how to get back to Scott's good graces, and that's what she's doing, getting back in Scott's good graces. She then asked him if he want to go on a date, and he said, I don't know, I gotta think about it. Think about it, Scott, I'll be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we're going out, and I am paying for everything. And he was like, whatever. He go in the house and Charlene like, why was she, like, what's going on? He like, she said she's going to take on a date tomorrow and she's going to pay for it. She's like, I'm so tired of telling you I told you. So, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be home, let's mess with her. Like, she got some up her sleeve and telling you she up to something. And she is. And my thing will also be, are y'all ever going to have sex? I mean, eventually, the vagina has to meet the penis. If y'all going to keep, girl, I'm just saying, you owe him, you in the car he bought you. Anyway, Marcelino and Brittany. So, but we see that Brittany is hanging out with Sasha, okay? And, they hanging out. Sasha, the girl who she met from prison. So they chit-chat and jaw-jacking mainly because The following day, Sasha's going to court, and she still can face up to 10 to 30 years for her involvement in the robbery, which resulted in 2 people being murdered. If you are involved in a robbery and somebody died, um, if you are fully involved, meaning y'all finna go rob somebody, and you go and you participate, you get whatever you get. Now, if you did not know the people you were with were going to do something, then I don't think that you should be called, that you should be an accomplice, or charged as an accomplice. But I think she knew what was going to happen, and they just didn't think somebody would be murdered and somebody died, and then, yeah, girl. Anyway, so Brittany bring up how even though Marcelino does not want her hanging out with Sasha or anybody with a record, basically. She, Sasha's her best friend, and she's not gonna stop being there for Sasha because what I'm saying, Sasha again is going to court tomorrow and they don't know what's gonna happen. So Brittany said, people kept asking me, like, when I was in county, like, how was I so calm? But I told them I just knew I was not gonna get life. I knew I would not get a life sentence. I just knew it. And I didn't. I'm like, girl, that don't work for everybody. It don't work for everybody. Now, so they up there sitting there, chit-chatting, jaw-jacking or whatever, and Brittany then bring up how Sasha says she does not want to go back to jail. Let's put that out there first. Let me see, like, I don't want to go back. I'm hopeful. My lawyers are hopeful, but they're also scared that I may go back. If your lawyers are scared, you're going to jail. Period. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, lawyers have a good feeling about something. If they're scared, it's because they know you probably going to jail. Like, it's like a 70-30 that you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So, Brittany then bring up how, it's going to be crazy because, like, if you go to jail, like, I can't see you. I won't see you until you get out. She's like, oh, I didn't think about that because ex-felons or felons can't visit people in prison. So because Brittany's an ex-felon, she could not go visit Sasha in prison. So they can only communicate on the phone. So it's like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Like, oh my God, I didn't think that I would, like, this could be my last time seeing you until I get out of jail. And I'm like, girl, it sure could be. Anyway, so we see that. So they was hanging out, drinking or whatever. We then see, Brittany goes home. It's late. And she gets there. And Marcelino like, you coming home pretty late. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even hear you, come in the house. So I didn't hear you pull up or whatever. Why did my voice just sound like Marcelino? And so she said, well, I took a ride here home, because I've been drinking. He was like, you coming home late, the drinking and stuff, and you left the car? And she's like, yeah, I left the car because I've been drinking. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Marcelino's issue was you came home late because you had been hanging out with your friends who is felons, basically. You were drinking, so you couldn't drive the car home. So was that responsible? Yes, Marcelino, it was responsible. It was responsible for the situation. What she should have did was she took a ride here there and not drove to the restaurant. I get, because Marcelino then said his issue, the reason he was upset was because he now had to figure out how to go get the car because he has to take the son to school in the morning. And she's like, so you want me to go back and get the car? He's like, well, yeah, we have to go. We need the car because we have to take the kids to school in the morning. So they were kind of arguing about that. She feels like he was being too extra. He's being controlling. He doesn't want to hear things out. Why would you be complaining because I didn't want to drive drunk? They both have points. You know what I'm saying? She's correct in saying he should not want her driving drunk. However, my hair is so messed up. Y'all ain't coming here all day. So, but he's also correcting you went out, hung out all late, got drunk, and then couldn't drive home because that was a safe thing to do. But we then have to still figure shit out. So, they going back and forth. She said he an asshole, and he like, but you're not, girl. It was a whole argument back and forth, and that was really it. They was in the streets arguing, and she said, well, go get the car. I don't care. You're being stupid. She can't make it seem as if Marcelino's only issue is her hanging out with her friends who are, have history, who have a jail history. It's because he does not want her around them. Now he has a whole valid point because you trying to get custody of your son. So if I can't hang out with them, like, you can talk to them on the phone. We can FaceTime each other, but I should not be out in public until I can get custody of my son. Because, that's just what I would do. But, girl, Andrea and Lamar, they at the house. It's Christmas time. Okay, it's Christmas time. What's going on? So, Lamar, Andrea, the kids is decorating the Christmas tree and putting up pictures of a black Jesus on. I'm like, y'all got pictures of a black Jesus? and put them on hooks. I'm like, that just sound like, girl, it's like a crucifixion. Anyway, so they decorate the tree. And she's like, yeah, because in Utah, like Christmas is the whole thing. Like it goes on all month. People leave like gifts on your doorstep. I'm like, y'all are friendly white folk. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but she like, that, so it's a big thing to them. They've always really, 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 really celebrated Christmas. Lamar is saying how, Christmas ain't that big to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in prison for 20 years, and for the 20 years I was in prison, Christmas was nothing but like, you know what I'm saying, you get some chocolate milk and a piece of pie, and that's really, like, so I don't really see the big deal in Christmas. I'm like, well, damn, but before prison, was you not celebrating Christmas? I mean, he said it like, just because it wasn't a Christmas tree in prison, he don't get why people celebrate Christmas. I'm looking like, but did you not celebrate Christmas before prison? I don't, it is. Anyway, so they done decorating the tree. And, I'm like, yeah, we're going to, make some snacks, watch some Christmas movies. So he like, well, yeah, I'm finna go hang out with my family, whatever. They're like, what? What you mean? Well, you just got home like yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever. Where you going? And he like, well, I'm going to, see my brother, whatever, and see my family. You know what I'm saying? I was here today. We decorated the tree. I was there yesterday. Like, I also want to see my family. And it was weird to me that Andrea's daughter, Nyla, who was 14, was the most talkative and argumentative about Lamar leaving. And, she's like, whatever, Lamar, you're so immature. Why would you leave? You just got home, you went to prison. I'm looking like, what? And she talking, and the whole time, Andrea is just sitting there. I'm looking like, not that what Nyla was saying was incorrect, but it's not her place to have that conversation with Lamar. That is Andrea's job. That is Andrea's husband. And at the end of the day, he is still a grown adult. And her being 14, I still feel like a kid needs to be respectful of their elders. And I feel like even if she had an issue, once Andrea saw her daughter had an issue, she should have took over the conversation and said, okay, now like, go to your room, let me and Lamar talk. And then Andrea should have gotten Lamar's ass and said the same things that Nala was saying. But I'm like, the fact that Nala, like, when she said, whatever, Lamar, you're so immature. I'm like, my mama would have she would not backhand me, but I would have definitely told, but shut up, girl, watch your mouth and respect your elders, is what I would have been told. Like, we could not have talked to, it just wouldn't happen. So I was shocked, like, that's how you know what I'm saying? Lamar, I don't feel like Lamar was wrong either for wanting to go hang out with his brother and his cousins. I'm like, I see both things because it is what it is. So Andrea said, like, your family was who got you in trouble last time. So it was his cousin who he was in the car with when he was arrested, this last time, who had the gun in the car. So she's like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you go hang out with your family, you know what I'm saying, they don't respect you enough to not get you in these situations, and you end up getting locked back up, and then we have to be the ones to be there for you, and then they don't. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's not love from them if they call you over to hang out and put you in these situations. It's true, but that's still his family. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you can't hold that man hostage and he just got out of jail. He gonna feel stifled. Okay? And the crazy thing about it is that could be the reason why he left to go hang out with that crazy ass cousin who had a whole gun in the car, because he felt so, I can't get out. I'm just in this house with these, you know what I'm saying? And he went from being in jail, in prison for 18, 20 years to having a wife and 3 kids. But I do feel like he hasn't had any time to adjust. And when I said that in my mind, he started talking. You know what? It's just crazy. I'm saying, I was locked up for 20 years. And I was in a war zone. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, I haven't had any time to adjust to being a free man. And I'm like, I completely get what he mean. Like, he literally went from being however old he was before jail, and he had, like, I think, like, a kid before he went to jail, but he was never a father, you know what I'm saying, to anybody like that. And then he was locked up in a war zone, because everybody know prison ain't easy. Prison is tough, okay? Tough, 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 tough. So again, I get what he mean, and I think Andrea wants him to act like this person who has had all this freedom, and he should be able to adjust to being a husband and a father. That man barely can adjust to being a civilian. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that we have to remember, that when you have to allow people who have been in jail time to adjust correctly so they don't go back. That is probably the reason why he went back the first time, because he hadn't adjusted to being out. And he was just doing whatever because he like, okay, I don't have no free time and let me go out. And he went out with the wrong goddamn cousin and went back to jail. But, Andreas and how, with this and this, that, and, you don't need to be hanging out with them, they dangerous and they'll get you arrested, you know what I'm saying? And we your family, and you have to think about us, and it's about us, because things happen. We are the ones who help you. And that's true. That's true, Andrea. But again, you married a man who you did not know, who you met while he was in prison, and he got out, and you was assumed he'll be the stand-up dude. And not that he isn't, but he's human and he's flawed, and that man don't know how to be in this world just yet because he ain't been in the world, girl. Andrea, you need to loosen the leash. Okay, loosen the leash. So we do see he hang out with his family. And they just went out to eat. Like, they wasn't even at a party or whatever. They were at, do I have a picture of it? Yeah. So they were at like a little restaurant. This was Lamar. And it was his brother who was sitting next to him. His female cousin sitting directly across from him. The person sitting next to the female cousin is the female cousin's husband. And then the guy sitting on the end in the black hoodie is his friend. So, you know what I'm saying? You see this out getting some food or whatever, a couple of drinks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Little party. That's all get wasted. Not that, but I'm saying. Anyway, so, he chopping it up with his family and whatnot. And, he brings up how he has not even really seen his family in about a year because he said even before he got locked up, he wasn't hanging around them too much because I was just not used to really being out. You know what I'm saying? And so I hadn't seen them too much either. So, he brings up how, cause ain't you a Mormon? Because he was having a drink. He like, man, I ain't no damn Mormon. She a Mormon. I ain't no Mormon. I respect her. I respect her religion, but I'm not gonna convert. She want me to, but I'm not going to. That's just not my thing. I'm not gonna, respect that man's time. So, they asked him, why don't you come around since you got married? And he said, well, it's just weird or whatever. And they say you can't let anybody come between you and your family. And he said, I get it. He it's not even really her. He then goes on to explain to how, Andrea doesn't smoke, she doesn't drink, she's Mormon. So when he takes her anywhere around his family or friends or whatever, she's not going to be comfortable because she's going to be basically judging them by what they doing. And that's something that you have to kind of think about when you marry somebody. You have to let them be around that kind of people. And even if you do not indulge in smoking and drinking, you can't want to, if you go somewhere and they doing that, you can't be the you know what I'm saying, the party pooper, okay? But he because I know she don't like it, I just don't come because I can't bring her, and she gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna make me uncomfortable, and it's, and then it's a whole situation. So the one friend then say, you know what I'm saying, well, do you really want to be with her? Are you in love with her, or are you only with her because she was there for you while you were locked up? And he you know what I'm saying, when I had nobody, she stepped in, when there was nobody there, she was there. So I'm you didn't really answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Is it just because, is it just because of that? So that was that whole thing. But again, I feel like Andrea do need to give Lamar some time to acclimate himself to being out of prison and not want to force him to always be sitting up under them the same way he probably felt I was always sitting up under my bunkmate or sitting up under the CO or whatever in prison. Get that man a little bit of freedom so that he can get used to what not to do. Okay? Just my opinion. Anyway, Clinton Tracy go see his parents, okay? Well, they end up only seeing his mama because Clinton Tracy was over an hour late getting to the house. So they get over there, it was an hour and 20 minutes late for the brunch, and they walk in. Mama y'all late. Your daddy didn't went back to work. What's going on? Because I can't believe y'all, so late. I had things prepared, when it hurt my feelings that y'all is late. What y'all late for? And Clint well, I'm sorry, Mom. It wasn't my fault. I'm sorry. It was just he kind of didn't have no excuse. I have a picture of it. Yeah, he kind of didn't have no excuse for it. When he just said, my bad. This is the cleanest I've seen Clint or Tracy look and ever. Anyway, so she's well, y'all late, and I'm upset about it, but come on, let's eat, because Clint do say, I'm sorry, Mom. So they sit down, they eat little finger foods and little croissants or whatever, and and Mama so what's y'all plan? Oh, my plan is to live happy ever after. She's Clint, That is a fairy tale. Okay, this is not a fairy tale. We got to be realistic. And you're like, I know, Mom. So she like, you know what, Tracy, I want to be honest with you, okay? Let me. I said, oh, well, get right into it then, Mama Clint. You know what I'm saying? So, she tell Tracy like, I want to have a good relationship with you. I want to get along with you. I want to be like cool with you, whatever. I want us to be able to go out and do things together as a family. You know what I'm saying? But I want it to be real and I want it to be authentic. She says, but I have boundaries, okay? I have boundaries, and y'all can't, well, no, not y'all, Tracy, you can't fall back into your old habits and then assume and expect me to just be there for you. Like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, she is just, okay, she laying it all out. You know what I'm saying? She's like, look, when she started crying, I don't want drugs involved at all. I don't want drugs involved. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate using the word hate because it's a strong word, but I hate hardcore drugs, okay? Which means she don't mind some easy drugs, you know what I'm saying, that she may use and Clint may use. Anyway, so I hate hard drugs. I hate it. It ruins your life. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to do good. I really, really do, okay? I want y'all to be happy, you know what I'm saying? But you have to make an effort every day. And I'm like, I feel like Clint Mama could have said that to Tracy before today. But I feel like she probably had to get herself calm enough to express herself the right way and not be pissed off at Tracy. I think her whole issue has always been Tracy did something dumb and messed up a lot of stuff, and then she feels as if we can just be okay with her and we're not, okay? And I'm like, well, I get that, you know what I'm saying? And I do wonder, would the conversation have been any different if Clinton dad didn't go back to work because they was over an hour late getting there? So Tracy brings up how, her confession, she brings up how the reason she started doing drugs in the first place before was because she had been hurt. She had been hurt and been through things. So to cope with that, she would do drugs. You know what I'm saying? And so she says, Mom, how, I wasted 10 lives of my life on this foolishness, and I get every day's struggle, and I have to just keep moving forward every day. And the mom like, you know what? I'm big on trust. You know what I'm saying? So if you break my trust, I'm through. I'm done with it. Clint then said how his mom needs to understand that Tracy has changed. Clint, you don't even know if she changed because you don't trust Tracy. You still tell her on every episode, you can't, you did, you can't do that. You don't fully trust Tracy. You can't be like, my mom wants to understand. You barely understand. Clint, you barely understand. And, Clint brings up how he has also made mistakes. He then said, almost just as bad as what Tracy did to me is things that I have done. He then says, I feel horrible hiding things and lying to her. Now, I don't know if he means he's lying to his mama or to Tracy. I feel like, I know that Clint has been on drugs. Okay, he looks nice here. Okay, right here, Clint looks. But y'all know how Clint. Y'all know how Clint. Girl, where is? Because just in case it's a new person watching, and they don't know no better. Okay, Clint usually looks like this, okay? He usually looks like he just smoked crack and he's just coming down, okay? Let's just say that. So I feel like he may be saying how he's done some drugs and he's changed, and his mama may not know that he got back on drugs and he got clean again, okay? Because he looks crackish, okay? And I feel like that's why his mama is saying that's why she does not want drugs involved, because her son is a drug addict, okay? And then we have Michael, Megan, and Sarah, okay? The three amigos of a sexual throuple. So, we see Sarah in New York, and hers real easy. She's still being stupid, if you ask me. Mainly because she's saying how she need Mike to pick either his family or Megan because she ain't gonna allow him to pick somebody he don't even care about. I say, girl, he don't care about you, okay? He may care about the children. He don't care about you. And you dumb to feel like, if he don't pick Megan, it's going to be you and he's not going to cheat with somebody else. If it's not Megan, it will be someone else. So her best friend come over. So she coming over there chit-chatting because Sarah is being induced the following day. And so she's just taking in how this is going to be her last day. Only having one child. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to get everything together, today because tomorrow, it's just me. And, of course, Michael can't be there because he's on parole, or no, he's on tether, so he can't leave Michigan in Flint. So, I just can't believe it. It's just, Michael keeps telling me that he wants to be a family, but he keeps mistreating me. Michael has mistreated you before you had that first baby, and damn sure before you had the second. He was mistreating you before he went to jail. You were just young and stupid. Sarah is the quintessential dumb young girl. I have been a dumb young girl. I am now a smart older woman. Okay, but y'all seen my story times. I have, everyone has been young and dumb for some dude once upon a time in their life. Okay, and we see it every day. And but the thing is, it was like Sarah was admitting what he was doing. Like, yes, he's doing all this and all this, and she kept adding. You keep adding kids in the mix, and he get out. You want to get pregnant, girl? You should not bring kids into this fucked up situations. Anyway, so that's all we really seen of her. Now, meanwhile, in Flint, Megan is still there, and Megan and Mike is having a whole conversation. Okay, Megan cannot come into Michael's mom's house because his mama and Day Day don't like her. So Megan has come to see Mike, and she is visiting him in the car. So they're just parked outside in the car because, again, she cannot go in the house. And I'm like, that's just so stupid. Where's Michael's picture? Look at this braid. Look at these braids, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at this knot, girl. Not a lick of oil. Look at them, girl. Look at them. The kitchen is all messed up. The braid. Oh. Get them braids done, brother. Let's do something with yourself. Anyway, so they end up in her car because she didn't went and got some Popeye chicken because, again, he can't go anywhere. So she's like, we're going to have a date in a car because they can't tell me I can't be outside of my car with him. And I say, girl, the fact that you had to sit outside in your car with a dude on a date eating some Popeye chicken is sad. Okay? It's sad and it's lonely. So they aggravate me because she keeps involving herself in their business. Okay? She on the porch just watching them, okay? She just watching them from the porch. I'm looking like, girl, it's cold outside, okay? Michigan winters be freezing, okay? Freezing around these parts, okay? Go in the house like that. Anyway, these two up here talking. Michael then say, let's get in the back seat. And I'm like, bitch, did you really just add that on camera? Now, anybody, I'm assuming this happened everywhere too, but, usually if you're in a car with somebody and y'all can't go nowhere if you get in the back seats because you want to have sex. Point blank to the period. And she's like, for what? To cuddle? He's like, yeah, get some cutty. And I'm like, Michael, that's disgusting. And she's like, what? Oh, boy. But she know damn well if it wasn't on camera, she would do it. But she gets in the back seat. And then he asked her for some head. Can I get some head? I'm like, he used whatever term for it. But I'm like, she's like, what? No. Girl, I'm just like, this is just so disrespectful. Because I'm like, ask this once the camera's gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that to her on camera. But he don't care. He don't respect nobody. To ask this girl to give you head in the back seat of a car is crazy. And it's broad daylight, okay? It's not nighttime. It is broad daylight, okay? But they get in the back seat and he like, so can we talk after, I get some head or whatever? Or after we do something? She was like, no, it's gonna be before. First of all, why would you say y'all finna do it in the backseat of a car in broad daylight? But I digress. So she finally tells him what her secret is. She says some dude named, was it Rock? A dude named Rock, who is his friend. He owed her some money. So he couldn't send it directly. So he had his friend Rock take her the money. His friend Rock supposedly also lives in Texas with her. That's how she met him. Okay? Anyway, so she said, so when he came and brought me the money, you know what I'm saying, we was talking or whatever, and like we was flirting with each other. And he was like, what? Let me change this picture so you can see how sad he looks. He was like, what? What you mean? Like, you was messing with him? She like, well, no, we didn't have sex or whatever, but like, we was flirting back and forth on the phone, and like, that's it. And he like, I can't believe you fucked my homie. I didn't fuck him, no, it wasn't sex, but he would tell me how much, you know what I'm saying, he was telling me how sorry he was for how you treat me. Oh, you fell for it? Oh, you fell for it? I can't believe you fell for it. But we didn't have sex though. I'm like, girl, look, it don't matter. He like, you could have fucked with anybody else in the world, in your whole city, but you fuck with a dude I'm cool with? I can't believe that, you know what I'm saying? He said how Rock is some dude he's known since he was in like 6th grade or whatever, and he felt betrayed. I say, nigga, what? This fool, Michael, said he felt betrayed because the girl who he would cheat on his wife with was flirting with him. After she found out that Michael was married with a kid and was having another baby, girl, I say this Negro here, Megan and Michael, because he didn't got the car and see him saying, be safe. She's like, no, you be safe, because now he mad his feelings. He got the car, so they talking now, and he outside the car. And I'm like, first of all, it's a typical Michigan winter, okay? Why is your ass outside in the cold, having a get in a car, bro? Get in the car. It's you see, it's cold. This is cold weather, okay? He in that cold, it's cold as hell outside. He probably want to go in the house, but he couldn't. Anyway, so he said, so if I call Rock, he gonna have that. He gonna have the same story. What? Did he try to? Did he kiss me? And I was like, oh shit. He said, you ain't said that before. You know what I'm saying? Well, he did kiss me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you now, like he did kiss me or whatever. And I'm like, girl, what is wrong with you? But the fact that Michael is pissed off boggles my mind, bitch. She said, you know, yes, I kissed him. I kissed him after I found out that you was married, you was lying to me, you was cheating on me, you had a baby on the way. I found all that stuff. But you kissed him. You kissed him. Just, oh, you out here fucking my homeboy while I'm in jail? Michael, you have a wife, bruh. You have a whole wife. And I get the whole thing I do is for like, you know, don't fuck with somebody I know. This fool then said, I may have been married, but I was not fucking with anybody you know. I said, oh, now y'all T.I. and Tiny. Michael is such a piece of shit. He is such a piece of shit. Period. And Megan, I'm a firm believer, and you don't do homeboys. I don't deal with friends. I just don't. I'm not even gonna entertain my dude's friend or I don't care. Even if you fuck me over, I'm not gonna mess with your dude because that's gonna make me look some kind of way. Period. Because dudes they just dumb like that or whatever. But I feel like I don't think she was wrong for it, but I would not have talked to his friend. He isn't right for trying to make her feel like she's wrong, but I would have not fucked with his friend at all. I would have fucked with somebody else, but it wouldn't have been anybody he knew. You know what I'm saying? But he had the ball to say, I can't believe you and somebody I know, or when you kissed him, I had boundaries, Megan. I had boundaries. I wasn't fucking with you. Boundaries? But a married man with a fiance and a kid on the way can't have a fucking. You cross all boundaries. You have no boundaries, Michael. You have no boundaries, no state lines, no federal lines, no cross lines, nothing, brother. You can't tell her that she crossed any boundaries. You have a wife. You married Sarah and proposed to Megan. You have a whole wife and got out of jail and impregnated your wife while still fucking with your mistress who's your fiance. You have no boundaries. You are a peak boy. Megan said, you had a whole second life. He said, yeah, I may have, you know what I'm saying, but I wasn't fucking with nobody you know. I say, oh, you was a piece of shit. He is a piece of shit, y'all. Oh, it just made me so mad. He then tell her, what's gonna happen with this? She's like, I don't know, Mike. I don't know. He said, well, you know what I'm saying, we gotta end this. And I'm like, bitch, what? And that's how I went off. Michael is such a piece of girl. I can't. Y'all comment below. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.